What's up, y'all? It is your boy Chris Closes Your Deal back for some afternoon seller calls before we wrap up for Thanksgiving. So hopefully you guys get to spend it with your loved ones and friends and family and just be grateful for what you got. Like we can all sit here and complain about all types of stuff, problems, challenges, but I promise you there are people out there with it way worse than what you are going through. And some of you watching are probably going through way worse than what I'm going through. And, and on and on and on and on. So just try to be grateful, look for some things to be thankful for, and just don't forget to do that on a daily basis. So, but let's jump right in.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, what's up, Brad? It's Chris. Hope you're doing well and getting ready for this Thanksgiving holiday. We spoke briefly yesterday and we scheduled some time to hop on a call today. I was running a little bit behind for for another call that just ran longer than anticipated. So I appreciate the patience, but give me a call back when you get a chance. I'll be out of the office here. I'll be leaving soon, probably in the next hour. And then I'll be out tomorrow, but I will be back in all day Friday and hopefully we can connect. So if I don't talk to you sooner, have a great Thanksgiving and talk to you soon. My number when you get a chance, 619-525-7132. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. This is Chris. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good, good. Getting ready for the holiday here.
I am. Yes.
Nice, nice. Awesome. Well, I was calling you actually about your property over on Overland Drive. It was sent over to me by one of my referral companies, and they thought we'd be a good fit for you. Is now a bad time for you?
Well, actually, hold on just a second. Let me grab some paper here.
Okay.
We have an annual pie making day that we're getting ready to start. So
Pie
we haven't
making.
started. Yes.
Nice. What's your specialty?
Uh, Pumpkin
Ooh,
is the primary. Yep.
nice. That's my favorite kind of pie this time of year.
Oh, sure, sure. Okay, Chris. So you're gonna have to first walk me through how this works because I'm unfamiliar with individual investors calling to acquire properties.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So yeah, basically, they'd mentioned here in the notes that you guys were just looking to, I guess, build a house somewhere else and just kind of move on. But basically, the point of this call would really just be to see if the property qualifies for what we're looking for to be able to get you an offer as is. We're generally looking for properties for one of two reasons: to either fix them up and flip them or to keep it as some sort of a rental property. So typically, if we go through a full call, which it sounds like might not be the best time for you to do that. Typically, if we go through the full call, get information on the property, we can either get an approval from the underwriters and they'll give us an offer, or they'll deny us. They'll tell us exactly why. And if they do approve us, then some of the benefits of working with us is that we would buy the home in its as is condition. We would cover both our side of the table closing costs and your side of the table closing costs. And there's no realtor commissions, there's no other hidden fees or anything else that would be taken out of it.
Gotcha. Well, because we're actually getting ready to list ours with a realtor next week.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it.
So we've been preparing the home itself.
Uh-huh.
And yes, so I think I spoke earlier with your associate. I indicated to him the home was built in 2000.
Okay.
So it's a 20-year-old home. We took the wall down and opened up the kitchen and did a kitchen remodel with quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances, put in laminate vinyl flooring. This was in 2021, I think. And then we're getting new carpet in actually on Monday.
Okay.
We've updated the bathrooms in terms of light fixtures, vanities. It still has original toilets and showers, which are all in functioning working order. The master bath has a jacuzzi tub, walk-in closet. There's
Okay, sorry,
a
I'm trying to keep up. My
Yeah.
fingers are I got the chicken pecking disorder when it comes to the keyboard. So let's see. So I got let's see, quartz counters, laminate flooring. You're getting new carpet in on Monday. The laminate flooring, that's just in the kitchen, right?
laminate vinyl plank runs through the kitchen into the living room and the hallway and the dining
Kitchen.
room. Which,
Mm.
there's a dining room off the kitchen that we use as a playroom currently, but yeah, there's a dining room off the kitchen.
Okay, got it. And then you're getting
Yeah.
new carpet in on Monday, and that goes what, just in all the bedrooms
And
and
all the bedrooms, and then the master bedroom has a sitting area connected to it as well, so that would be included, as well as the closets. All the closets would be carpet. And associated with the bedroom, there's a hallway closet that has a laminate vinyl plank in there.
got it. Okay, all right. And then you
The
said you updated
bathrooms
the
and
bathrooms vanities.
yeah, bathroom vanities, light fixtures, things of that sort. The tile flooring is original in the bathrooms, 2 baths, and then the laundry room still has tile flooring. We wanted to keep that in there because water, right?
Mhm. Got it. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
And by the way, did you say you grabbed a pen and a piece of paper?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Let me just give you my contact information as well, just so you have it. So again, my name's Chris. My last name's Deal, like Deal or No Deal. The name of our company is Lazarus Property Group, spelled just like Lazarus from the Bible.
And what kind of business entity are you guys, an LLC?
Yeah, it's an LLC. I mean, we have multiple
Okay.
entities, so we have LLCs,
Sure.
partnerships.
What state is your LLC registered in?
The Lazarus Property Group is in Nevada.
Nevada. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So just out of curiosity, I've never really gotten those questions before. So, what
Yeah.
is there anything in particular, or just?
Oh, I'm an attorney.
Oh, okay, got it. Nice. What kind of attorney?
And my husband's a police officer.
Oh,
So
nice. My
we
father-in-law's a
very
police
thorough
officer.
backgrounds. Yes, very
Yeah.
thorough backgrounds for sure on
Nice.
everything.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
yeah, we also with the home we put a new HVAC and heating completely, as well as a new roof
What
and
is it
new
that's
water
got you
heater
guys
as
wanting
well.
to sell in the first place?
We own land. We're ready to build. We've been waiting. And we also put in there's a 6-foot cedar privacy fence in the backyard, along with the shed, functional yard shed. I don't know that a play set matters to you or not, but there is a wooden play set in the backyard as well.
Okay, got it. Like swing and slide and that type of stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what else we did. I told you the water heater, updated the garbage disposal. We updated the garage door opener.
Okay.
Has been replaced, and this is we acquired the property in 2017.
Got it. Okay. All right. What do you guys is it just you and your husband that own the property?
Yes,
Okay. And what are you guys hoping to get for it?
the 320 is what we have, what our ideal would be.
Okay, that's what you're gonna list it for.
We have not agreed on a listing price, but that would be if someone were to ask me if I can purchase your home for you to move today, what would be the asking price? It would be 320.
Got it. Okay. So if you guys, do you think you would put it on the market at 320?
I think we would put it on the market close to 320 in hopes to acquire builders. It's really set up beautifully for a boomer generation, especially with it being single level and all of it, any major projects really being taken care of. There's not really a lot to do in the home generally. So
okay. All right, perfect. So so if you list, typically, and I don't know how many times you've bought and sold houses, but if you're gonna list the house on market, and you list it right about 320, typical, the national average for all costs associated, buyer's agent commission, listing agent commission, closing costs, concession, buyer requests for repairs, all that stuff, home warranties, interest rate buy downs, typically ends up being about 10%. So if you were to list it at 320, you would net about 285-ish. Does that sound about right? Is that kind of what you're expecting?
no, not really, because we were anticipating realtor fees as 3%, and the rule of thumb as of right now is that the seller doesn't have to pay the buyer's realtor fees as well if that were the case.
Well, that's kind of a bit of a misnomer with the NAR settlement. So the NAR settlement that just happened, the only people that impacts is actually members of the National Association of Realtors. But generally speaking, so what's been standard for pretty much ever is, the listing agent, you would typically agree with the listing agent as to what the commission would be. Standard is
Sure.
generally 5 to 6%, and then usually that listing agent is going to split it with the buyer's agent. The only thing that settlement has changed was the fact that you can't advertise what the buyer's agent commission would be, but it is still generally expected that there's going to be a buyer's agent commission. And I'll just kind of put it in this perspective, right? Most sellers are offering a buyer's agent commission. So if you were a buyer's agent showing somebody houses and you could show them two identical houses, exact same price, and one of them was offering a 2 to 3% commission and the other one was offering no commission, which one are
Sure.
you probably going to show to your client?
No, I understand completely, but you have to remember you called me asking me if my property was for sale.
Yeah, no, I get you. I'm just again.
So, no, I appreciate I appreciate the context. I do, and I promise I am not trying to be rude, but I am skeptical. So
Yeah, no,
bear with me just because of the process
totally.
in that way. So
Yeah, 100%. I totally get it.
I'm
Yeah.
open to it, but I'm also somewhat skeptical. So it's but for example, like if this were to go under contract, does your company put forth earnest money?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we always put
Okay.
earnest money. Yep. So
it's new to me, so I'm just trying to.
yeah, no, I totally get it, and that's why we're here, right? Is like to be able to answer any questions that you have, and I totally understand, and quite frankly, like. My opinion of the whole NAR settlement and the changes really like basically in an effort to make things more transparent, they passed a ruling that then made things less transparent. So,
Right.
which is not
As
shocking.
most, not at
Yeah.
all. Well, that's what courts do.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
have an end result, and then you work it to how you can support the result that you want. Sure.
Yep.
So
yeah.
So a 320 would be if somebody were to say, if we could get you to sell right today, what would be the ideal offer? It would be 320. That's not to say that that's not negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
My husband and I would be open to negotiating in terms of offers, especially having the particular terms that you spoke about and covering cost of commissions and things of that sort.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
we would be open to negotiations on that. So 320 is not a hard number. That's an ideal number.
Okay. Yeah. No, fair enough. And, and just trying to like put in perspective, if you're listing it at a number, what you typically expect to net. Because generally speaking, right, like, when it comes to listing a property, everybody talks about, okay, what are we listing it for? But really what matters is like, what are you going to put in your pocket at the end of the day,
Absolutely.
right? So,
right. Yes.
So yeah, so that's kind of where we come from. But, okay. And I mean, are you already in a listing agreement with an agent? I know you said you were going to list it next week. Okay, got it.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, we have a very good relationship with our realtor.
Okay.
This happens to be the same individual who sold us this particular house. He's been out to the house, provided some market analysis information to us, but we've not entered in or signed in any agreement.
Okay.
At this point in time. So the plan was to do that next week, though.
Got it. Okay. All right. Perfect.
And I don't know if you would be interested in any information about the neighborhood itself, but it is a neighborhood of mostly elderly individuals, young families. We really have fantastic neighbors.
Okay.
So I don't know if a rental property would be ideal. Although there are houses in our particular subdivision that have been put for rent. There's no HOA.
Okay.
So it doesn't prevent that by any means, but it is ideal, like I said, for that boomer person because it's generally quiet. It's in a good location in the city of Evansville. You're on the north side, outside of the city limits, but you're still close enough that you can access any of the major, shopping centers, restaurants, foods, things of that sort within 10 minutes.
Got it. Okay. All right. Perfect. So just on the edge of city limits. What's the speed limit on the street right there?
Yes. I don't know. And I don't know if that's because my husband's a police officer and I don't really pay attention for it. So well, I want to say it's 40. The street Mount Pleasant. It's right next to Highway 41.
Oh, got it.
So the highway, the highway it's next to, the speed limit is 60.
Okay. But the
Um,
street you're on
but
Overland,
the
right?
street-
That's
Oh yeah, that's in that's subdivision, so probably 15, 20 miles an hour.
okay. All right. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, we're in.
That's that because when when we end up selling to, families with kids, they're like, I don't want to, yeah.
Absolutely. Sure, yeah. Well, and it is a cross-through street, but I tell you what, it is so quiet.
Nice.
And that was something when we purchased, we were considering that versus another home in that same neighborhood, and that other home was on a cul-de-sac. But because of the layout in this particular home, the square footage, it is ideal. It's fantastic for families with small kids especially, because the master suite on the floor plan it's on the same side as the room, so you're close to your children, but it's set back because there's a sitting room that you walk into first. So it's fantastic. The master, there is vaulted ceilings in the living room, tray ceiling in the master, vaulted in the sitting room, and also vaulted in the second bedroom.
Nice. Okay. And it's just a single story, right? Yeah.
It is,
okay,
yes.
perfect.
So it feels very spacious, very, very spacious. And we did update paint. We walked in, it was the 2000s yellow, beige, everything, and it's in the modern gray aesthetic now.
Got it. Okay. All right. You guys bought it in 2017, it looks like.
Yes.
Okay, got it. And I actually found pictures from what looks like the listing when you
The
guys
original
bought
listing,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
So in that kitchen, that whole big wall between the kitchen and the living room is gone. We took that down completely.
Oh, okay.
And
So
we reworked the cabinetry. There's a 5-foot island in the kitchen.
is that I just want to make sure I got my bearings straight. So looking at the picture in the kitchen, and it's basically like the camera is sitting on the counter, and kind of from the corner of the counter looking outward, and I can see kind of to my left is the stove and to my right is the fridge. And then there's two doorways on the opposite corner of the room. Which of those walls were you saying was knocked down?
The wall with the refrigerator was knocked
Perfect.
down.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. So that opens up to the living room, and the
Yeah,
living
so
room is the one with the
vaulted ceiling.
and the fireplace, right?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, and then we took out the peninsula and we put in an island, with all quartz countertops. We put in a deeper sink, new faucet.
Right.
Appliances would be included in the sale. Washer and dryer would not be, though.
Are those all stainless, or are they?
They're Whirlpool stainless steel, and then they would have. We got them right before we did the kitchen remodel, actually. So we remodeled in 21, maybe right before COVID shut down. So 21.
Got
Yeah,
it.
beginning of 21, I think, is when we remodeled.
Okay.
And so we got those appliances just before in 2020.
Okay.
So everything in that house that's been done is pretty much within 5 years.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Any structural issues or siding missing or gutters missing on the outside?
No, gutters are all there. In fact, when we purchased the home, they had to do $7,000 worth of mold remediation in the crawl space. So the crawl space is beautiful. That's what people tell me anyway. We did last year do $4,500 in plumbing repairs. The plumbing leading out to the water line had inverted back towards the house, and so we paid to have that whole thing dug up and redone.
Is there any on the crawl space, the mold remediation and any of the like water stuff that was done there? Is there warranties on that?
I don't believe not anymore. It's been 7 years. I mean,
Oh, okay, got it.
That was done before we moved into the home.
Oh,
we moved
that's
into the
right.
home
Okay.
in April of 2017. So yeah, that was done before we moved into the home.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. Is there anything else out back of the house that we want to be able to see from like a Google Street View, like a pool, barn, shed?
There's a small shed. It's a double door opening shed.
Okay.
It's still in good condition. The paint, it needs to be repainted.
Mm-hmm.
So the paint's peeling, but it's still. I mean, we store plenty of stuff in there. Don't have any problems. My husband worked for pest control before he became a police officer, so.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Sprayed regularly.
Going
all the
from
things.
one set of pests to another set of pests.
Sure. Yes. That's definitely one way to think about it. Absolutely. There is. Absolutely, yeah. So there's there's really not, other than the play set, the wooden play set, we added that. The tree back there is still there. Um,
Okay.
we replaced the fence. So it had a 6-foot privacy fence. We replaced the fence, so it's a brand new cedar. When I say
Okay.
brand new, when did we replace that? Probably in 2019.
Okay. All right. Perfect. I
The
guess,
carpet we're installing also, it's from Lowe's, so it'll have a 5-year warranty on the carpet and the pad.
oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys already ordered that and everything. It's all
Yes.
ready
It's
to go.
set
Okay.
to be installed Monday morning.
Okay. All right. Got it. Um, I guess what else is left? Like what's still on the, like if you guys were going to stay in the house and somebody, gave you a $20,000 gift card for Lowe's and was like, "Hey, you gotta do updates to this house." I mean, is there anything left to do?
The only other thing that could think of is maybe the windows. They are original
Okay.
to the house, and I don't know how long windows last. This is
Yeah,
the
20
longest we've ever
years
lived in a house.
is,
So
yeah, I mean, they're probably vinyl, right?
yes, and they all. I mean, they're double hung, so they tilt out so you can clean them.
Okay.
Those
Got it.
kinds of things. There are some of the screens are the screens to the windows are damaged. Some of them are. So
Yeah, that's
like
standard.
it's 20 years of
Yeah.
screen
Yeah.
screening too. Yeah. And we did,
Got it.
and I don't know that it makes much of a difference, but we did do some landscaping on the home as well. So the front has a rock bed in there, and then we added rock to the back landscaping as well.
Okay. All right. Got it. For the windows, and I mean, typically, 2000, early 2000 builder grade vinyl windows, a lot of times what you'll tend to have happen is the seals will break. And the way you'll notice that is typically on either the south or southwest side of the home, any windows that are there, you'll tend to see, like condensation in between the panes. Do you have anything like that?
We had some of that when we first moved in, and we actually had them reseal the windows.
Okay.
And I haven't looked since. The windows on the west facing side of the home are tinted,
Got it. Okay. Okay.
so
Perfect.
I would have to go back out and look. I can't say yes and I can't say no because I've not been looking specifically at the window itself.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. All right. I mean, is there anything that you could think of that we could do to add value to the home, like, comparatively to what else is around it?
No, honestly, most of the homes in our neighborhood still have that wall, the room separation. They're not open
Yeah.
unless somebody's done some major remodeling. So there's really not. I mean, other than, I might paint the garage door is the same color, same original color. I might paint the garage door. It's more of
Yeah.
aesthetics than anything. We did replace the light fixtures outside, so they're not brass. We did. We have the door handles to replace it. Right now it's the bright gold Venetian style handles
Hmm.
inside the home, so we're getting ready to replace all those on the doors
Got it. Okay.
as well. So it's really, there's not, other than just some smaller aesthetics, there's really not a lot. It would be a personal preference, I think,
Yeah.
if you wanted to paint or not, or whatever it might be.
I gotcha. Okay. Um, all right. Yeah, I'm just trying to see like what we could possibly, how this might make sense, as opposed to you guys just going on market. Because obviously, like, for us, there has to be some sort of return on investment, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And typically, and even if we are buying something that would end up being a rental, usually we're looking to get into it, at a decent number. So we're not, upside down right out of the gate or anything
Sure.
like that.
Yeah.
And just looking at the active properties in the neighborhood, I mean, there's just in your neighborhood alone, there's currently looks like two that are 3 beds with 2 baths or more that are
Yeah. I know
active.
I know some other people have added on an enclosed porch off the back.
Hmm.
We haven't done that. Like that might be an increase in price. In fact, that I think from a market analysis, one that was very similar to ours did have an enclosed price, and they did end up selling for I think $330.
Okay, got it.
And that
Um,
was, so I don't know what was updated otherwise.
yeah, let me just take a gander at what's sold recently. The answer may be that, you're better off, going on market, just from what you're going to get. But so, I mean, there's two in the neighborhood and I don't even know if this one's technically, so you familiar with Old State Road?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is still considered the neighborhood, but there's one that sold on Old State Road on Halloween, and that one looks like a split level, so a little bit of a different style home. That's
Yeah.
probably an older home. It's a 56 build. So that's not really a comp, but that's as far as square footage and bed bath counts, 2,075 square feet, 3.2. That one sold for 290. The other one that sold in your neighborhood is a 3.2, 1,753 square feet, so a little bit smaller. And that one sold September 13th for 233. Definitely not as updated as what it sounds like yours is. And those are all in the last, let's see, 90 days. If I go back 6 months, okay, here's one. There's a 337. This is probably more comparable. Yeah, this looks more, is that an extra unit out back? Oh, it looks like they have like
It's like a mega shed. I know which one you're talking about. Yes.
yeah, is that livable? Let me see. It looks like they have a window unit AC back there.
That could
Storage shed and 2-story studio or workshop. Yeah, so it looks like they have that. I don't think it's considered real livable space, but yeah, I mean, that's the only other one that sold in August. And then other than that, there's nothing else just in your neighborhood in the last 6 months. 12 months. Yeah, I mean, that's the only one that has sold. The next highest one in the neighborhood, not counting the one on Old State Road, the next highest priced
Right.
one was 264. That was like 1,600 square feet. There was a 260 that was 1,700 square feet. Yeah, I mean, I think, to get you guys realistically close to the number you're looking for, I mean, your best bet is realistically probably going to be on market,
Yeah.
and then you're going to have your commissions and closing costs and everything. So I don't think I just don't see any world where we can add any, enough value to make a number that would make sense that would still be palatable for you guys. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. Yeah, no,
Um,
I understand that. Again, we would be open if you wanted to come up with one
yeah.
and present it. We would be open to considering it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let me send it over to the underwriters. I mean, is there anything else that I haven't asked that, if you were buying it, you would want to know, good, bad, and different?
Well, I always ask if anybody's ever died in the home.
If anybody's ever died in the home?
Yes.
Got
They've
it.
not.
Has anybody? Okay. All right.
No,
At least not that
no.
you're aware of, right?
Yes, no, yeah, no, they've well, no, I checked.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
That just creeps me out. So I definitely checked for sure. Yeah. I mean, at that point, I think I'm just asking about the neighbors, and the neighbors are fantastic,
Nice.
all the way around. It's there are a lot of law enforcement. There's a lot of law enforcement presence in the community. A lot of my husband, obviously, but then, there's 2 retired officers who live across the street, one who lives behind us, and then
Nice.
active officers that we see throughout the neighborhood. It's a very popular neighborhood for Halloween. People come in who don't live there to go trick or treating
Nice.
in the neighborhood because it is It's very popular. You will see people walking their dogs, running on strollers, I mean, it's a really nice neighborhood to be in.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Um, Perfect. Is there, I mean, so you guys haven't started building yet, or have you?
We've not, no.
Okay, got it. When do you guys think you're gonna break ground and start that?
Probably early spring.
Early spring.
Like I
Okay.
said, it would be I would prefer to not live in an apartment longer than necessary.
Yeah, got it. Okay. So what, I guess what is it that's making you guys want to start the process to sell now versus, just kind of wait until more the springtime?
Yeah, right. Well, that would be my ideal time. I've considered this. I have. But my husband said it was time.
Yeah.
And my husband and I, we're Christians, and we've prayed about it for a long time. In fact, we had started looking at building in 2020,
Hmm.
and I personally had made it an idol. It's something I desired. It's family land that we're building on, something I wanted. And
Yeah.
the Lord, said it wasn't time. He had some things to work out between my husband and I, between just life in general. And the Lord, in His graciousness, has redeemed every issue that would have made building a disastrous process.
Mm,
Has redeemed every single part of it.
that's
And
awesome.
so, my husband, so we had a pit bull, we had a pitty, right?
Hmm.
We had two dogs, and hence the 6-foot fence. And the pitty was kind of a barrier because we knew that we would have to go into an apartment, and most apartments don't allow pit bull breeds.
If they even let dogs at all.
Right. Yes. And he passed away
Oh,
a month
I'm
ago,
sorry.
unexpectedly. Yeah.
Sorry for your loss. I know, pets are just as much of a part of the family as
Oh,
anybody else. So,
sure. Well, and so, long story short, my husband said it was time, and even though it's not my ideal time, as an individual, I trust my husband, and I trust that the Lord will
God's
bless it
time
and
is
fill it
better
in.
than
It's
ours.
perfect. It's
Yep.
perfect. So, no, selling at Christmas time is not the most ideal time. It would, if
Yep.
it were my choice, we would put it on the market maybe the last week in February,
Hmm.
right at tax time in the springtime when people are ready and willing to move. But
Yep.
the reality is that His time is gonna be perfect. And I've been praying for Him to open the hearts and minds of whoever it is that's gonna buy this house,
Yeah.
that they would make the appropriate offer, and then He would give us a wisdom and discernment to determine, when the offer is the right one.
No, that's awesome. I love hearing that. It's my wife and I were Christians and we met, about 10, 11 years ago now. We're on our 10-year anniversary coming up and absolutely
Congrats.
believe in all that. I mean, like our daughter is a perfect example of just like trusting in the Lord's timing. And, we long story short, we couldn't get pregnant for like 7 years, tried everything, and then finally we ended up taking a break. And then this girl who's friends with my wife and has been friends for like decades, all of a sudden she started coming back to the church and she's like, "Oh, Tori, you have to reach out to this adoption agency that I used." And, and the timing was right. And then we paid off like all of our credit card debt, which, we had quite a bit of that. And the almost to the penny, the amount that we got from this big deal that we were doing, um, basically paid off all the credit card debt and then turned around. Like the adoption cost us like $85,000, and it was like almost to the penny of exactly how
Yeah.
much credit card debt that we had to pay off. And then
Yeah.
so it's just like I believe God lives in the coincidence. Every time you're like, "Oh, that's so
Absolutely.
coincidental,"
Well,
it's like, no, he's
he
there.
orchestrates it. Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's providential, not
Yeah,
coincidental. Providential for
exactly.
sure. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
no, that's awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, we can certainly see, if there's something that we can come up with that makes sense and, present an offer. And, I'm not the guy that makes those decisions. So, I'm happy to share whatever they come up with. So I put all the notes in and sent that back to them. So that goes back to the underwriters. They basically would will pull a report on the whole property. It'll tell them pretty much everything that they need
Yeah.
to know about
Oh,
it.
we did add security camera. There's a Blink security system in there too.
Oh,
So
nice. Okay.
there's, doorbell camera, cameras at the front, cameras in the back.
Nice. Okay. Just out of curiosity, since your husband's law enforcement, I'm sure you guys didn't just like, say, oh yeah, let's just buy that one. You probably looked into them. My wife and I just closed on our house and we're looking into security system. What was it that made you guys want to go with the Blink?
Well, the price was right. Costco had it for a decent price, and we knew, knowing that we weren't going to be in the house forever, we just wanted something really. But my husband wanted a doorbell camera, and we have it. It is wired for a Vivint system, so there is a Vivint. I didn't tell you that there's a Vivint home
Uh-huh.
thermostat, and everything. It has door sensors, window sensors, all of
Nice.
that. That's been paid off for years, so we've just been paying the monitoring fee for that. But in order for us to upgrade the system and add like a new Vivint camera, it was the cost of the camera would have been the same price that we paid for the Blink system
Oh, got it. Okay.
to put on there. So at that point, we were like, well, that's silly.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
not,
for
we're,
sure.
we don't. The neighborhood is super safe. I mean, people leave their garage doors open. They leave their houses unlocked. It's not that you should do that, but
Yeah.
it's a really nice neighborhood.
No, that's great. That's great. Well, I'm sure you guys are going to be, it'll be bittersweet, somewhat sad to go and, but excited for the next chapter.
Oh, for sure. Well, that's just it. Is we wanted to get the house ready so the next person who needed it for their forever home or to make memories like we did. We raised both of our boys in there, and so.
Nice. Awesome. All right, perfect. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run back there and check in with them on, what they've come up with so far. I'm going to put you on a brief hold. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any like fancy hold music or anything like that, so you just be sitting in silence. But just give me a second, and I will be right back. And if I know you're about to do your pie bake off, so if you need to, start getting your hands dirty, feel free, and I'll just kind of shout for you when I get back.
Okay, that'd be fine.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. All right, Kristen, you there?
Yes.
Oh, no worries, no worries. All right, sorry about that. Appreciate the patience here. All right, so here's the deal. I mean, I don't see any world where a cash offer is gonna be a good fit, win-win. There's certainly a price that they would be willing to buy the property at, but it's significantly lower than where you would be hoping to be. It would be in the, low to mid twos at best. You know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, just because for us to turn around and, if we're gonna do anything and resell it, there has to be room in there for us to be able to handle any costs associated and still get a return.
Oh,
It just,
sure.
our business model is generally force appreciation through some sort of renovation and updates, value add.
Sure.
I mean, the only other thing that could possibly work, we have another program. We're kind of a creative real estate company, and we have a different program. It's called our concierge service. And I didn't really bring it up earlier just because they are selective on what properties get approved with this, just because it is pretty labor intensive and resource intensive for us. Like I'd say 1 out of 45 properties actually get approved for this type of program. They said they would approve it. And basically the way it works is that just from doing so many transactions in Indiana, we have a big network of realtors and other investors that we work with. And there's a lot of properties that just don't fit our criteria, but it would be a great fit for a different investor that has a different business model than us, or even someone that plans on living there. So like we work with a lot of investors that do like assisted living facilities. They'll turn, residential homes into assisted living facilities and sober living houses and, different types of stuff like that. And the thing is, they're really good at running those types of businesses. What they're not great at is sourcing properties. They just don't enjoy the sales and marketing involved just because it is expensive and time consuming. I mean, we've probably been on the phone for almost an hour now. So you can imagine how much time it takes for them to source stuff. but basically, essentially the way that it works is that we would effectively agree to a net price with you. We would pay all the closing costs. You wouldn't have to repair anything or fix anything if there was anything that was requested to be fixed by a buyer or a buyer's lender before closing. We would take care of all that. And then we would just basically resell our contract to a third party and earn our fee from that buyer. So essentially, the experience and the net result would be similar to like a cash offer. And, we wouldn't be representing you as a realtor or anything like that. We would just be reselling our contract. And, I know most people don't really care how we make our money as long as they get, what they're promised. But we would just earn a fee from that buyer and handle all the heavy lifting so you guys can, just sit back and focus on, kind of your next step. Um, so you would get all the speed, convenience of a cash offer, but you'd get, a bit of a higher price than what other investors would be willing to pay. Does that make sense?
It does. I just don't know how I would feel about subjecting my neighbors to that type of occupancy in our home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
well,
because
and
because of the work that I do and my husband do, that we're familiar with overloading houses and assisted
yeah.
facilities and things of that sort, and that would, I don't think that would be appropriate.
Yeah, I mean that's just one type of investor, like we have investors and in our network that do all different types of things. Some of them are, specialists with Airbnbs. Some of them, like I said, they'll do assisted living facilities. So, especially in areas where, the population demographic is older, that's typically you will see a lot of those types of investor buyers. We've also seen a lot of what is it like traveling nurse rentals. So there's whole businesses that all they do is focus on rentals for traveling nurses or surgeons that are coming in from different areas where they kind of don't really have the time to like find the house that they want and they just kind of outsource that role. So yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of different types of strategies. So I don't know who the particular person. I mean, just based on what you told me about the area, sober living's probably not. Most of those investors are like Indianapolis, more major cities where
Sure.
you have that type of stuff. Um, but yeah, and honestly, I mean, you'd still probably come out, a little less than where you're going to come out, if you list it, and just go that route. I think you guys would end up, putting a little bit more money in your pocket going just the straight retail route, just full
Yeah.
transparency, you know what I mean? So,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. So,
um, so
yeah, I don't know. I don't know that the concierge would be. I'll mention it to my husband. That would be something
okay.
that we would need to discuss and then see if it's something we want to pray about.
Yeah.
But I have the number that you gave me.
Okay.
Was that the
Perfect.
appropriate number to call back?
Yes. Yep. That's the office line. If you don't get me here, you can just leave a voicemail, and then I'll get back to you. And I'm pretty much after we get off, I think we're wrapping up for the day. And then I will be back on Friday all day. And then next week, it's a full week.
Good night. You don't get much of a break this week, do you?
Yeah. So, but it's okay. I don't really, I'm not out for the Black Friday stuff.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. All
More of
right.
the
Well, thank you
more
so
of a
much, Chris.
Cyber Monday kind of guy.
That's fair. I think that's fair. And maybe
Yeah.
that's just the generation for sure.
I don't
But
need I don't need to have to call your husband because like I got stampeded at a at a Best Buy or
right.
something.
Right, yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, Chris, thank you so much for calling me and explaining the whole situation to me, especially because we are novice when it comes to these type of approaches to acquiring properties. And I appreciate your time. And
Yeah, no worries.
if we decide that that we would be interested in at least looking into the concierge option, we'll definitely give you a call.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. And just for your awareness, what they've approved on the concierge service would basically be a net number to you of $268,500.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Well, yeah, feel free to give me a call if you have any questions. Other than that, have a great weekend and a great Thanksgiving. And maybe we'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks, Chris. You do the same.
All right. Thanks. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, that one was a tough one. There's not really there's a couple comps. The numbers are a little, I mean, I think she could probably get 330, 340 for it on market. So, she's saying 320, after commissions and closing costs, 288. I mean, we're not that far off. Who knows? Maybe she goes for it, but, um, we obviously have to build in a buffer for us, so I mean, at a 320, she would net about 288, and then we'd be left with about 20 grand. I don't think there's really anything that needs to be done. And all of the comps have went pending within a week of listing. So I think it's certainly a good area to, do a deal. But
Hello?
hey, Monty, it's Chris. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great, man. Just gearing up, ready to stuff my face for the next 48 hours. How about you?
Yeah, yeah. It's my favorite holiday.
Oh yeah, yeah. It gives me an excuse to put my fat kid pants on.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Well, hey, I was actually reaching out to you because about your property over on Holmes Ave. You had spoken with one of my referral companies, and they had sent it over to me because they thought I'd be a good fit for you. Is now a bad time for you to chat about that property?
Oh no, you're fine.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah, they mentioned here that I guess you had inherited the property and needs a bit of work that you're just not really wanting to do.
Yeah,
Okay, all right,
yeah,
got it.
that pretty much sums it up.
Okay, all right. How long ago did you inherit it?
My father passed away back in September.
Oh, geez, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sucks, man. Um, okay. Was this the house he was living in?
yeah, he was living there, but also there's a tenant uh that rents the upstairs. The part of the upstairs is like an efficiency apartment.
Got it. Okay. Upstairs efficiency apartment. How long has that tenant been there?
Uh, I'd say a couple years.
Okay. Are they have you spoken to them?
Well, yeah.
Okay. What's do they know like you're considering selling it, or they wanting to stay, or what's kind of the
Yeah, I've told them that basically that was going to happen. You know,
got it. Okay. So they already like looking for a new place, or
yeah, I believe so.
okay. All right, gotcha. I'm guessing at this point they're probably on a month-to-month lease.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, and by the way, I do have to let you know that all calls are monitored and recorded for quality and training purposes. Really, the point of this call today is just to see if the property qualifies for getting an offer as is. We're generally looking for properties for usually one of two reasons. Either we're going to fix it up and flip it, or we're going to keep it and hold it as some sort of a rental property. So by the end of this call, I'll either be able to get an approval from the underwriters and they'll give us an offer, or they're going to deny us and they'll tell us exactly why. All right. Now, if we do get an approval, some of the benefits of working with us is that we would buy the home in its as is condition. You don't even have to sweep up, or, you know, if there's stuff that, you're not keeping that's in the house, you could just leave it there and we'll dispose of it. We cover all of the closing costs, both our side and your side, and there's no commissions or hidden fees involved. So it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
All right. Do you mind grabbing a pen and a piece of paper real quick? I'm just going to have you jot down some contact info. And then if we do get this approved, there's going to be some other info you'll want to jot down as well.
1 second.
No
Okay.
worries. All right. So my name is Chris Deal. Like, let's make a deal.
Okay.
And our company is Lazarus Property Group, like Lazarus from the Bible.
Okay.
And our telephone number here is 619 525 7132. All
Okay.
right. So I guess when you did the property already go through like probate and everything, or was there a will or a trust, or how did that all?
No, it's in probate right
Oh,
now.
okay. Got it. Um,
But there's no, I mean, I was actually like, the last of my father's family in Indiana.
okay.
Uh, pretty much the only kid that he has left, and it's pretty much straightforward.
Got it. Okay. What did they give you any kind of expectation as to like when the whole probate stuff will be finished?
Yeah, almost 5 weeks.
Okay. 5 weeks from now? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that puts us pretty much right about the first of the year.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Um, Perfect. I guess was there ever a consideration of you keeping the property, or has it always been, from the jump that you were gonna sell it?
Yeah, I don't have any interest in trying to rent it or anything like that.
Mm,
I work full time, and then I also have my own little part time business. And my house is I want to focus on it.
got it. What's the part-time business you got going?
I rebuild transmissions,
Oh, nice.
transmissions, transfer cases, differentials.
Oh, sweet. How's business?
Oh, buddy, I don't get a break.
Yeah,
I do
man.
other stuff too,
Yeah,
in between,
yeah.
like just regular mechanic work or stuff like that. I don't have
Nice.
to hand out cards or anything like that. I stay busy enough with just people constantly calling me from talking to one another, like word of mouth kind of thing.
Yep. Nice, man. Well, yeah, that kind of work, man, is good stuff, all the transmissions, differentials and all that stuff, it's better than just, hey, I'm gonna do your oil changes and stuff, you get
Yeah, there's no money in that. And actually,
exactly.
come spring, I'm probably just gonna do my own thing full time.
Nice, dude. That's awesome, man. Well, congrats.
Well,
All right. Do you live close by to this house?
yeah.
Okay.
I live in Claremont,
Oh, okay.
basically on the edge of a speedway, and say that house is on the south edge of speedway, so
Oh, okay.
not too
All right.
far from me.
Yeah, pretty easy. Okay. All right. And I guess in an ideal situation, if you can just, get this thing taken off your hands, you don't have to put any money into it, you don't have to pay any fees or clean up or, dispose of any stuff left in it. I mean, how much are you hoping to get for it?
Well, last year they did a walkthrough appraisal of it for just shy of 100.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I'd like to get around 80 out of it.
Around 80. Okay. Okay. Do you know if there's any debt still attached to it, or did your dad own it outright?
I owned it outright.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And okay. Have you been into the property and seen the condition?
Yeah, and actually, um, I just hired somebody to sweep up and get rid of some of the junk around there.
Hmm.
Um, overall, it's in pretty good condition. The roof isn't too old. There's been some windows installed, but for the most part, it just needs like the floors refinished and paint.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay. Well, yeah, let's dive into some of the nuts and bolts of the house itself. Before we talk about the inside of the house, what's the neighborhood like over there? Is it mostly owner occupants or is it a lot of renters, do you know?
I don't know. It's kind of a mixed bag, but I'd say mostly it's owners.
Um, Mostly owners. And do you know, are there any like electrical lines that run over the house or in front or out back of the house?
Um, Pretty sure the lines run down the alleyway.
Okay. Okay. And is it on a main street or a main intersection, or is it more residential?
It's more residential. It's Indianapolis near West Side,
Gotcha.
and let's see. So it would be uh
Looks like it's a corner house,
one.
right?
Yes, and those are residential side streets.
Okay.
Uh, I'd say it's 1, 2, 3 blocks south of West Washington Street.
Gotcha. Okay. You don't happen to know what the speed limit is on the street right out front, do you?
Oh, it's got to be like 20 or 25.
Okay. All right, cool. Always ask just because, parents don't usually want to buy a house where it's like a 45-mile-an-hour limit. So,
Oh
um,
no, that's
okay.
more like my house.
Got it.
Uh,
Okay.
Freaking
Perfect.
idiots.
All right. Is there anything structurally wrong with the house?
Uh, Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. All right. What
I
about any
don't think so.
siding or gutters missing?
No, actually, they had some gutter work done to it within the last few years.
Okay. All right. And is there anything out back of the house that you want to be able to see just from like the Google Street View, like a barn, detached garage, shed, anything like
Yeah,
that?
it has a detached garage. Uh, it's pretty big. I'd say it's like a 3.5 car garage
Okay.
with one section of it being I don't know how you describe it, but almost like an office area, like a large office.
Okay. 3.5 car garage detached office area inside. Okay, perfect. Um, okay. And all right, sounds good. Well, let's talk about the inside. So, you walk through the front doors. Just kind of take me on the tour of the virtual tour of the place.
Okay, so you walk through the front door. That's immediately into the living room or family room, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
To the left is a large bedroom. Uh, Walk a few feet to the left. There's a kitchen. And the bathroom's like connected to the kitchen.
Okay.
Then you walk back through the living room towards the, I guess it'd be west of the house, and I don't know how you describe that. That could be either be another bedroom or a dining room.
Okay. Does it have a closet?
Yes, there's a closet and a pantry that you walk through to get into that bedroom.
Okay. But does that bedroom or that dining room itself have a closet in it?
I guess you would say that closet area is for that bedroom. So
Okay. Yeah, because technically the way they look at it is you can classify a room as a bedroom if it has an egress, so a window to escape out of in the event of a fire, and it has a closet inside the room.
yeah, I guess that'd be accurate. It has its own window and a closet.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. So bedroom. How many bedrooms total is it?
Uh, I'd say three.
3 bedrooms. Okay. And how many bathrooms?
Two.
2 bathrooms. Are they both full bathrooms?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I see that the home was built in, wow, 1900. Um, does it still look like 1900 when you walk in the front door?
No.
Okay. Um,
My grandfather had put he had some stuff done to it. The floor in the front bedroom and the living room, to me,
oh, just lost you. Like clockwork, 15 minutes, 38 seconds.
oh
Sorry about that. I'm having this phone issue today, and like clockwork, every 15 minutes, that I'm on a call, it just like shuts out on me. So, um,
wow.
sorry about that. Okay, you were talking about the
Well,
floor.
yeah, back to the floor. That floor in there, uh, if it were belt sanded and refinished, it'd be a type of floor that you probably pretty much couldn't afford to install nowadays. Uh,
Okay,
it's all wood floor.
is that all throughout the house?
It may be, but the bedroom and the kitchen they've put linoleum down. I'm not sure what's under it, but I imagine that yeah, it's all wood floor all the way through.
Okay, got it. Um, okay, perfect. All right. Is it a single story or 2 story?
It's 2 story.
2 story. Okay, got it. And so how many bedrooms are on the first floor?
Two.
Two. Okay, and then one upstairs.
Yeah,
Okay, upstairs. And then is there a bathroom on both stories as well?
yeah.
Okay.
First floor has a bath with a shower, and the second floor has a bath with a tub.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. Is the kitchen original to the build?
Uh, I'd say so. It's been there as long as I can remember. Uh, 80s, early 90s.
Okay. 80s, 90s. Okay. What about the bathrooms? Are those original as well?
I believe so. I don't have any reason to believe otherwise.
Okay. All right. Is there a basement or a crawl space?
There's a basement.
Okay. Any moisture issues down there?
Not that I'm aware of, but it's not slab. I think it's dirt floor basement.
Got it. Dirt floor. Okay. I'm guessing completely unfinished. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. It's just enough room to house the furnace.
Okay. Got it. All right. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you would want to know about? Good, bad, indifferent?
No.
Okay. All right, perfect. And how much of your father's stuff is still in the house?
There's not much. It's almost about gone.
Okay.
Uh, which is kind of a blessing.
Yeah.
I didn't have to. He's pretty simple, you know. As long as he
Yeah.
had a place to lay his head, he was happy.
Oh, that's good. That's good, man. You see some horror stories sometime. I was working with a seller, a similar situation. They had inherited it from, I think it was like her grandmother, and turns out the grandmother was a hoarder, and literally, like, if you just imagine, just like almost like piled to the ceiling junk. It was like trying to like walk through this like maze, and when it was all said and done, it was like $15,000 worth of like dumpsters and like guys to just get all the crap out. It was a freaking nightmare.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I'm very thankful that uh, you know, I don't have to deal with all that. He'd actually sold some of his stuff, like his toolbox and stuff like that. I'm glad I didn't have to deal with any of that.
yeah,
There's a little bit of stuff in the garage that I want to go through, and if I don't want it, I'll see if some of the neighbors want it or whatever, and then I'm gonna be calling the scrap guy to come pick it up.
yeah. Okay. Well, if they approve this and we get an offer that makes sense, you can pretty much just, anything that you don't want to take or sell, you can just leave the rest behind and we'll take care of it, because just from the sounds of it, this thing's probably going to need a total makeover. So we'll end up having, 40-foot dumpster and, you know,
Yeah, I was actually talking about that earlier today with a coworker of mine. I was like, I imagine, for whatever demolition you guys might do or whatever, it's pretty common practice to have a dumpster there.
yep. Yeah. So we usually bring that in and something like this, I mean, we would just gut the whole thing and then, pretty much start from scratch. You know, might I don't know if they'll do anything with the exterior. Depends on, how it really looks and, what they want to put into it. But yeah, I would say they're probably going to strip everything down, if the drywall's in good shape, then, maybe not all the way to the studs, but, strip everything down, rip out the cabinets, counters, appliances, all that jazz, and, and just go to town. So,
Yeah.
um, but okay, well, everything that you've been giving me, I've been putting straight into our system, and that goes back to our underwriters. They're running a report that's going to tell them pretty much everything that they need to know about the property. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you on a brief hold real quick. I'm going to run back there to them, kind of see where they're at with this, and I will be back in just a couple minutes. Unfortunately, we don't have any like fancy hold music or anything like that, so you just be sitting in silence. But I'll just call for you when I
Okay.
get back.
Yeah. Actually, can you just give me a call here shortly? I got a few things I got to handle just real quick.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. Just give me a few minutes, and then I'll be back shortly, and I'll just give you a call.
Okay, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, man. See ya.
Yep. Bye.
Okay, guys. So we're just underwriting this deal here. We're gonna look at 4 1s. So this is perfect. So this deal is actually, so that call put me at boom, 3 hours of talk time exactly, 32 dials. This is gonna be my third offer on the day. So if you guys are not tracking what you guys are doing, highly, highly encourage you start tracking what you're doing and make it a point that you want to hit 2 out of 3 of those things. You want to hit 60 dials, 3 hours of talk time, 3 offers, right? So this will be, what did I say? This will be my second or third offer of the day. I think it's my third offer of the day, actually. Hmm. Yeah, this could be a really good wholesale deal, actually. As much as I wanted to freaking call it a day and wrap it up early, couple more dials, and here we are. And this one could actually be a really good deal. Okay, so there is a comp that is basically identical. What's up, Bill Welch? Did you call my name? What? It's the only thing I hate about this is there's a delay on the the thing. Let's put it this way: Flipper is going to get a decent deal at around a 45, 50K purchase. There's more as is constant price, one at 35K also. Okay, so our offer range.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 317-999-0041 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Monty, it's Chris. I hope you're doing well. I'm wrapping up here for the day, so I'm going to take off, but wanted to get back with you and just figure out exactly where we're at on this, see if we can get something done here. So give me a call back. I'll be back in on Friday. My number is 619-525-7132. Again, 619-525-7132. Hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Peace. All right, guys, I'm wrapping up for the day. I'm going to take off and go be with family. Hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel where we make real estate investing easy. And I will see you guys on Friday. And try not to eat too much turkey or whatever it is you guys are going to be eating. Peace.